Hello and welcome to Quick Tips, the Elementor video series. In this video, I'll show you how you can create a contact form using Elementor. If you are using Elementor Pro plugin, then you do not need to install any third-party plugin to create a contact form. Elementor Pro plugin has built-in contact form that you can use on your WordPress website. So I'll show you what are the basic settings of the Elementor Pro contact form, how you can create multi-step contact form, what are the actions after submitting the form, how you can redirect the customer to different pages after submitting the form, how you can collect the submissions on your WordPress website, and how you can send the data to your email address after submitting the contact form. I'll also show you how you can add a recaptcha on your Elementor contact form. We will also see what are the different types of fields that you can add. So let's see how we can set up a contact form using Elementor plugin. So here I'm logged into the dashboard of the WordPress website, and on this website I'm using Elementor and Elementor Pro plugin, and on this page we are going to add a contact form. Right, so click on the plus sign and in the left hand panel search for form, and you will see the form element here. Click on it, drag it and drop it here. Now this is the basic layout of a contact form. Whenever you add form field, it is going to add this basic contact form here. So we have name, email and message fields, and after that we have a send button. Now this is the name of the form. You can change the name, let's say contact form, and here you will see the fields. Click on name, and this is a text field. Now when you click on the drop down box, you will see all these types of fields that you can add in your contact form. You have text, email, text area, URL, telephone, radio, select, checkbox, acceptance, number, date, file upload, password, HTML, hidden, recaptcha version 2 and recaptcha version 3, honeypot and step. So you can also create a form with steps. Okay, so let's say I want to add first name in the first field. So let's change the label of this field to first name. So this is going to be the label and this is going to be the placeholder. You will see the placeholder here inside the field. So you can change that. I'm going to name it as first name. Now, do you want to make this field as required? If yes, then enable this option, required. So this field is going to be the required field on your contact form. No one will be able to submit the form without filling up this field. At the top, you will see advanced option for this field. This is the ID of the field. Please make sure ID is unique and not used elsewhere in this form. If you are creating IDs manually, then make sure that it is not same for any other field in the contact form. Let's not make any changes here. Let's say I want to add another field which will be last name. So I'm going to duplicate this field and let's change the name here. Let's make it last name. Placeholder will also be last name. Go to advanced. This is the field ID. You can keep it as it is or you can change it to, let's say, last name. All right, now what if you want to change the width of this field? Let's go to the first field. Column width is set to 100%. Let's make it 50%. Let's go to the second field and change the column width to 50%. So you will see both the fields in the same row. This is how you can change the width of the field in the contact form. Okay, after that we have email. If I go here, type of field is email, and this is the label and this is the placeholder. Currently the width is set to 100% and this is going to be a required field. Let's say I want to add phone number field. So you can click on add item, change the type to telephone number, and let's name it as phone number. Use the placeholder phone number and make it required. Let's go to advanced. Again, you can change the ID of this particular field. All right, now let's move it up above the message field. So you can drag and drop the fields and set the position of the field. Let's make it 50% again for the email field, and the phone number also make it 50%, and both will be in the same row. Let's add another field. Let's try a radio button. This is going to be the label for the radio button. Let's say services required. I just want to give you some options here. Website design. This is going to be the first option. Enter and add another option here. These are going to be the radio buttons that customer will be able to select. So you can add one option in one line. All right, now you can see that we have all the radio buttons in single column. If you want to make it inline, you can enable this option and all the options will be inline. Okay, let's make it required. Right, let's add one more option, one more field here. Let's select the option select. I'm going to use the same services again. All right, so you will see this is a drop down box. So the visitor will be able to select one of these options. Let's make it required. And if you want them to select multiple options, then you can enable this option. So I can select this one, again I can select this one. So I can select two options from here. In case of radio buttons, visitor will be able to select only one option. If you want them to select multiple options, then you can use check boxes. Let's add one more. And I'm going to add same options again. So these are the options, and visitor will be able to select multiple options from here. You can also make it inline. Let's add one more item. This time we are going to add, let's say, date. So you can add a date field also. Placeholder will be date, make it required. You can also set minimum date and the maximum date. Like you can create a range of dates from where the customer will be able to select. Column width will be 100%. Then let's add one more, and let's see what we can add here. Let's add file upload, and let me as upload files. Let's not make it required. Now this is going to be the process to send the files: email with link, email with attachment, and email with both. So it is going to send the email with the file link or the email with the attachment. Then we have maximum file size. You can set the maximum file size. Let's make it 2 MB. So the files above 2 MB will not be attached. And you can also select the type of files that can be attached. Let's say JPG, PNG. So these are the image files. Let's add doc also, that will be document. Let's add PDFs. So the visitor will be able to upload only these 4 types of files. If you want them to upload any type of file, then you can simply delete this. Multiple files, they can also upload multiple files at the same time. Let's make it maximum files will be 3, and the visitor will be able to attach 3 files at the same time. Column width, let's make it 100%, and this field is not required. So one by one you can add the required fields to your contact form. After the fields, we have input size, which is set to small. Let's make it medium, and you will see the change in the field size. This is the input field size. Label, you will see the labels at the top. If you do not want to show the labels, you can uncheck this box and the labels are not showing now. However, in case of some fields, you will need the label. For example, here we have radio button, the drop down box, and the check box. For these fields, we need to show the labels. So let's enable. Below that, we have required mark. Many of these fields are required, but it's not showing anywhere that these fields are required. So let's enable it, and you will see the asterisk sign which shows these fields are required. Let's go to buttons, and you will see this is the button here: small, medium, large. So this is the size of the button. Column width is set to 100%. You can change the column width for the button. And this is for the steps. If you are creating steps, then these are the buttons for the steps, next and previous. Let's go to form fields again, and let's add step here. Let's select the type, step, and label will be, let's say, step 1. Previous button, I'm going to keep it as it is. Let's move the position of this field here. Okay, now you will see this is the step 1 and this is the step 2. Let's make it step 2. You will see step 2 here. Okay, and at the top we have the item added automatically. That will be step 1. All right, so this is the step 1 and this is the step 2. On the step 1, we have first name, last name, email, and phone number. You will see it here. And after phone number, we have step 2. And on the step 2, we have all these fields. Okay, you will see the next button here. Okay, let's update it and let's see how does this look. Let's view the page. All right, so you will see step 1 and step 2. Let's add something here. Click next, and this is the step 2. All right, so this is how you can create forms with the step. Here we have previous button. I can go back to the previous step. All right, let's select the form and remove the step. All right, so now it is the single step form. Let's go to buttons. The text on the button is send. Let's change it to, let's say, request a code. So this is the text on the button. And if you want to add icon, you can also add icon. So you will see the icon is added. You can change the position of the icon. Actions after submit. So these will be the actions which will be performed after submitting the form. It is going to collect the submission and it will be saved on the Elementor website. The second action is email. It is going to send one email to the admin. You can specify the email address where to send the details of the contact form. Then we have other options. Email to, you can create another email. Redirect, you can redirect the customer to another page after submitting the form. Webhook, you can also integrate this contact form with MailChimp, Drip, Active Campaigns, GetResponse, ConvertKit, Mailer, Slack, Discord, and you can also create a pop-up after submitting the form. So let's add redirect, and when you add redirect, you will see another field added here. Let's go to collect submission. It is going to collect the submission. If you want to see where to find the submissions, go to the dashboard, go to Elementor, and you will see the submissions option here. Click on it, and here it will show all the details of the contact form which are submitted. And after that, we have email. Now here you can specify the email address where you want to send the data once the contact form is submitted. So in this field, you can add your email address and it will send the data to your email address. Now this will be the subject line, new message from this website. You can change the subject line. Message, it shows all fields. So it will send the details of all the fields from which email address you are going to get this email. And this is going to be the form name. And reply to, you will see email field, which is nothing but this email field. So you can create a reply to this particular email field. You can also add CC and BCC here. And this is the metadata, date, time, page URL. So it is going to show the date, time, and the URL from where the form is submitted. A redirect. Now this is where you can add the link to the page. Let's say I want to add this link. So I'm going to add the link here. So after submitting the form, it is going to redirect the user to this particular page. Step settings. So we have not created the steps here. However, these are the step settings. Additional options. This is the form ID and form validation. Now you can see the custom message here. After submitting the form, it is going to show this success message. Your submission was successful. This is the error message, server error message, and invalid form submission. So if you want to customize these messages, you can customize them from here. So in this case, we are going to redirect the customer to this page after submitting the form. Let's go to the style settings, and these are the basic style settings for this contact form. Column gap, you can change the gap in the columns. You will see this is the column. You can change the gap from here. Rows gap, you can change the gap between the rows. Label spacing, you can see the change. This is the label and this is the field. Text color, you can change the text color. You will see the change here. Mark color, this is the mark color. You will see the mark color. Typography, you can also change the typography like this. Now we have increased the size. Then we have field. These are the field settings. You can change the background color for the field and the text color for the field. I'm going to revert the changes. You can change the background color here. This is the border color. You will see the border around this field. You can change the border color from here. So you will see the change in the color. Add the border width and the border radius. Let's go to buttons, and these are the settings for the button. At the bottom we have this button. You can change the background color and the text color for the button. This is for the hover settings. So you will see the changes here. After a button we have message. These are the success messages. You can change the typography for the success message. It will be shown after submitting the form. And these are the settings for the steps. Let's go to advanced, and these are the basic layout settings for the form. Let's save the form and let's go to the page. Let's refresh it, and this is the form. Now I'm going to fill up the form, add some dummy data here. Select this service, select this one, let's select this one. Let's add a date. I'm not going to add file, and click submit. Now it is going to redirect me to this page after submitting the form. Now let's go to submissions, refresh it, and you will see the submission here, and it is also going to send the email to the admin of the website. All right, so let's go back, and now let me show you how you can add recaptcha to the contact form. Let's add an item, and if I scroll down, you will see the option here, recaptcha. You just need to select the recaptcha and it will be shown on the contact form. Now it is not going to show the recaptcha immediately. You need to add the Google recaptcha site key for that. Let me show you. We are on the recaptcha admin. You need to create an account on recaptcha, and you can go to settings, and you need to add your domain there, and it will show you the recaptcha keys, the site key and the secret key. So you need to copy and add these keys on the Elementor. Let me show you. Let's go to dashboard, go to Elementor and go to settings for the Elementor. Go to integration here, and here you need to enter the site key and the secret key for the recaptcha. Once you enter these keys, you can save the settings, and after that it will show the recaptcha on your contact form. Let's update it. Let's go back, refresh it, and you will see the recaptcha added to your contact form. Okay, you can customize this contact form. You can change the style settings according to your website requirement. Now let's say you want to use the same contact form on multiple pages of your website. Now in that case, you cannot simply create form on each page manually, because if you want to make changes to the contact form, then you will need to make those changes on each contact form manually. If you are going to use this form on, let's say, 10 pages, then you will need to edit the contact form on 10 different pages. Now in this case, what we can do, we can create a template for the contact form and use the same contact form template on multiple pages. So let's go to the dashboard, go to templates and go to saved templates. Now we are going to use this contact form as a template, and we will add this on multiple pages. So let's go to save templates and create add new template, and from here select a section, and let's name this as contact form and create a template. So we are creating a contact form template. Let's close this one. Now I'm going to copy this one as it is. Copy, and let's create a new section here and paste it here. Okay, so this is going to be a new template. Let's publish it. Okay, now I'm going to delete it from here, and in this column I am going to add template. If you are using Elementor Pro, you will see this option here, template. Drag it and drop it here, and from here search for contact form. You will see the new template here. Select it, and this form will be shown here. Okay, if I refresh now, you will see the same contact form will be there. Now let's say I want to add the contact form on the contact page, the same contact form. So I can use the template. Let's go to contact page. Let's add a new section here. Click on the plus sign, search for template, and again search for contact form. Select it, and you will see the same contact form will be added to the contact page. Now in future, if you want to make changes to the contact form, you don't need to go to each page and make the same changes. You can simply go to the template and make changes to this template, and it will be applied to all the pages. So if I go to demo page again, and if I refresh it, you will see that the recaptcha is gone from here, and it will be gone from here also. So this is how you can use the Elementor contact form on multiple pages using the template. So if you are already using Elementor Pro plugin, then you do not need to install a third-party plugin to create a contact form. You can use the Elementor Pro form element to create a contact form. So that's it for now. See you in the next video.
Do not forget to subscribe to my channel to get more quick tips about online softwares and tools. If you have any questions, please leave us message in comments section. And press the like button if you like the video. Thanks for watching Quick Tips.